We often have a little wander around our plot just to see what's happening and what's growing, or what's dying, or what needs watering, or whatever. So I thought today I'd take you with me. First of all, let's have a quick look at the perennial bed to see what's growing. Got the bearded irises, which are now in flower and looking lovely. The perennial cornflowers just spread and spread and spread, but they look really nice, and you might be able to see the bees love them. When they've finished flowering, I shall cut them right back and they'll shoot again. The roses are looking nice and healthy. We've even got a rose on the flower. There it is. I think that's Jacqueline Dupre. We put some of our dahlias in yesterday and they look to have settled in okay. Poached eggplant is flowering. Strangely enough, one of them looks all yolk. He's just yellow, whereas the other one is a proper poached egg. They just seem to spread willy-nilly everywhere. Over there, Martin's putting up the frame for the runner beans and climbing French beans. Whereas here we've got a more rustic approach, and yesterday I planted out some of our sweet peas. Over there in the distance there's a second frame for the sweet peas that are left. These are our Cupid strawberries, which have got lots of flowers. Not grown as well as the late ones over there, the Malwinas, but if they have fruit, we don't care. Past the brassicas, which are netted to keep out pigeons, cabbage white butterflies, white flies, everything except for slugs. And these are our first lot of peas, first lot planted, with some that are have already been given supports, and these will be given support shortly. The onions and shallots that were planted directly in the ground are growing well. I can't honestly see any difference to the ones or the state that they used to be in when we used to plant them in modules first. So we shan't do that again. Little wander. It's our apple hedge, which has got some fruit set. Rhubarb patch. Those are our autumn raspberries, which are growing really well. For some reason, the broad beans don't seem to be taking off. They're still quite small, and some of them are a bit yellowy, but they're flowering. We've got some more in the greenhouse at home. Maybe they'll do better. Potatoes are pushing through the bark chippings, which were put down to, well, as a precaution in case we had a keen frost. More onions. Now over here, I've just planted these out today. They're our mixed dried flowers. They were planted in the greenhouse because it said to grow them indoors. But I'm going to have a go at sowing some directly into these other trenches, just to see how they get on. These are the annuals that I sowed earlier, and they are coming through. I can't honestly remember which are which at the moment, but there's a mixture of all sorts of things. Just hope the slugs leave them alone. Those were some I planted out earlier that had been grown over winter in the greenhouse. They should have been sown directly, but we never got around to doing it. They're looking pretty sick. But then again, maybe if I'd sown them directly, what with the winter being as it was, they wouldn't have looked any better. Under the fleece, well, Enviromesh I should say, we have carrots actually coming through. I'm just hoping the slugs stay away. And really surprisingly, the parsnips, which were sown about the same time, are also germinating, which I think is pretty quick for parsnips. There's quite a lot over there. Push our way through the potentillas. Here we've got two, you can't see anything, but believe me, there are 2 rows of peas that have been sown there. They were sown this week. And in this bed, we've got 2 rows of mange tout. This row here is, can't read what that says, Nairobi. And this lot are Oregon sugar snap. And we had some gaps in the middle where I've put beetroot and chard. And then today I planted out some of our lettuces into these growing bags. You can tell we haven't had much of a frost because that kiwi would normally go really black and crispy after a frost. If we actually go around to the other side, if I can find them, can you see how many flower buds there are this year? They're all over. The sad thing is that this is the female kiwi, and she flowers prolifically. But the lazy old male, this one, hasn't got a single flower, and it hasn't had since we planted it. No idea why not, but he's pathetic. So we don't get any kiwis, unfortunately. Looks as though we might have got some quince setting. Let's have a little pop round here. We sit under here for our coffee when it's sunny. It's nice and shady under the greengage. Some greengages on, look. Hope we have a lot of greengages. I love greengages. And then round here, in that bag, we have some radishes. In this one, amongst all the weeds, I shall have to do a bit of weeding, are some carrots, and then we have some lettuce in this one. I planted some nasturtiums in that wheelbarrow, but I'm not sure whether any of those seedlings are actually nasturtiums or they're all weeds. Have to wait and see. I know some are definitely weeds and I shall have those out, but there are some that are borderline. And just before I finish, a quick look at the plums. Just look at all those plums. Please don't fall off, plums. Lovely. Oolin's Gauge plums. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. So again, bye for now. See you again soon.